Well, everyone, unfortunately, Dean Mower's release clause was activated and we've had to sell him to Celtic. On top of that, in the first 2 months of the season, we have been severely ravaged by injuries, specifically to the back line, to the point where I've had to put multiple forwards in the defense at the same time. Yet, despite that, we are coming fifth in the league and we're undefeated in the Conference League. And here we are, everyone, about to have the Europa Conference League match against Roma. As you can see here, we are coming fifth, even though we've had many defensive frailties during the season. So pretty much, if you look at the fixtures, so from the Brentford game, we ended up going on like this crazy run. And then what happened is, right after the Basel game, is when all the injuries to our defense started occurring. To the point where I've had to put both Duran and Manning in the defense. So we went on this crazy run, pretty much beating a lot of teams quite comfortably. This game against Newcastle, Aaron Burrow was out, and so I brought Traore back. And for one night only, the Kamora partnership was back and in full swing, and literally, Traore scored all 5 goals in that game. And then we go on, we smash Leicester. We squeak a win against Nottingham Forest. We beat Basel. Then the Brentford game is when the injuries to our defense kind of becomes critical. And so we lose that game 3-2. However, we end up coming back beating Middlesbrough 2-0. And we beat this team 8-0, even though our defense was in shambles. Look at this. We had to play Duran at left back, and we beat him 8-0. But that's not the only thing. It gets worse for the Chelsea match. Because in the Chelsea game, Nicolau was suspended, so I had to play Duran at left back and Manning at right back. With Nevitt and Happy, because Obama was also injured in this match. So we had like a lot of... I'm honestly surprised this game we only lost 2-0. Okonkwo was like the savior of this match for us, even though we did lose it. But then we managed to squeak a victory against Bournemouth. Honestly, this match kind of annoyed me a bit because, like, so even though they had like more shots and more attempts, I honestly felt like we were the better team because we were actually getting more highlights than they were. But we kept like butchering it. But then Ekaveri, right at the end, pretty much saved this match for us. And so this was also the first game where pretty much our entire starting 11 was all back from injury. Because even Hodge got injured for a time and had to play Craig for a while. And you know how I feel about Craig. And so after all that, it's pretty much left us in 5th place, which is pretty good. And as I said, with the Europa Conference League, undefeated. The only team who scored more goals than us is Villarreal. Now, there is another thing I want to talk about. Now, would you say someone is having a good season as a striker when they've failed to score a single Premier League goal in 8 games, yet in the Conference League they've scored 9 goals and 3 assists in 5 matches? Because that's what Gustavo Aramburu is pretty much doing. In the Premier League, he's like just nothing. He's silent. It's all Nathan Young, Coombs, and Fedorov and Ekaveri having to do all the work. He's pretty much just non-existent in those matches. But then when he plays a conference game, he just comes alive and just bangs in goals for fun. So, I don't know how I feel about how he's going at the moment. I'll have to keep an eye on that. But anyway, let's get into the who was it? Who are we facing? Roma match. And here we are for the Roma match. Pretty much the only change from our starting 11 is Happy has come in for Nevitt, who is injured. Also, Joel Cotterill is back from injury, but because he had a 4-month injury, I didn't register him for the Conference League, so he's unregistered. What else did I want? Oh yeah, also I've managed to get John Evans to be really good in that deep line playmaker role. I mean, he's been okay. He's been like okay in like the Prem, but in the Europa Conference, he's been sensational. So I'm glad we got him to that point. So anyway, let's get into the match. And I hope we can come out for a win. So this match against Roma is going to test to see where we really stand in the European game. Because honestly, we're kind of like one of those, like, because we won the Carabao Cup from 14th position last season. So we're kind of like one of those fluke teams who just come out of nowhere and somehow qualify for a European league. It almost reminds me of that time where Burnley just randomly came 7th that one season. But we got the ball with Fedorov, who's running down the wing, and he's crossed it to Nathan Young-Coombs, who's been outstanding this season. He's pretty much been the one to dominate the Prem, and he's also done pretty well in the Conference League too. And we're beating Roma 1-0. That's what I like to see, boys. Keep it up. I'm just looking to see the team that Roma have. It's alright. Like, they have Abraham and Ndika who are pretty good. I think that's probably Karim Konate on the right. I don't really know anyone else. So it seems like we just we scored the goal and then we're just, taking it easy, not making any silly mistakes. So that's pretty good. We're going into the half 1-0. I'll take it. If we can beat a team like Roma, it puts us in good standing in this competition. Because out of like the 36 teams in the competition, there may be maybe 5 teams that could really maybe give us a run for our money this season in this league. I do probably see if I was a better team like an Aston Villa who would be more focused on like a Europa or a Champions League, I probably wouldn't worry too much about this season. But since it is Leyton Orient and it's the chance to first win a European trophy, I'm actually taking this this Conference League very seriously. Even though with where we're positioned in the table, we might not need it because if we win this, we get into the Europa. But it looks like we might get into the Europa via the league anyway. And we got the ball back with Fedorov. He's passing to Nathan Young-Coombs. Pass it back to Fedorov. Oh, great crossing to Echeverry, who just hit it wide. I see Evans picked up an injury along with Nicolau. Okay. Do I risk putting John Duran at right back? Actually, no. I'm going to put Hodge at right back and bring on John Duran in the middle. That's what I'll do. All right, we got the ball with Happy to Duran. Happy with a cross. To Duran, to Craig, to Happy, to Echeverry again. He was so close. So close. We've just absolutely we're decimating Roman today. Like, they don't know what's hit him. I will probably take off Echeverry for Benny Traore because, he's had a few misses. Maybe get Benny Traore in that position, see what he can do. Because, I mean, like, look at these teams. You got Rosenborg, Omonomia, pretty much teams that are probably championship standard at best. And Nathan Young Coombs has hit the crossbar. Wow. Your Club Bruges is a pretty decent side. All right, Nathan Young Coombs again. He's running down the wing. Is he going to cross it? He does to Vladislav Fedorov, who, unlike Aaron Buru, is having no difficulty in the Prem. He's scoring and assisting goals. Probably Barry, yeah. Probably take off Aaron Buru since he's not really adding much to this match. See, this is what usually happens in the Prem, where it's like it's all young Coombs and like Fedorov. And Ekaveri jumps in from time to time. Aaron Buru in the Prem pretty much just goes missing. Like I barely see him do stuff, and then like maybe on the occasion he might have a shot and stuff. But usually what would happen is his shot will either get blocked or he would just hit it over the bar. I remember there was like one chance where like it should have been a goal for all money, but then he just held the ball up too long and got like tackled right before, like right as he was about to shoot. But in saying that, he's usually been pretty good against like the lesser teams in the Conference League. So I don't know if that's a thing I have to worry about at some point, but we are now coming first. Wow, Villarreal, they lost. Because like if you look at like teams in the top 8, if you ask me like teams in the top 8 who I'm worried about, Villarreal is probably the only one. Like maybe PSV, but I feel like I should be beating PSV. Hey, it's that team that thought they had a shot at signing Mura. Oh man, I got a laugh out of that email. Right, small injuries. Now let's head to the Liverpool away match and the Tottenham home match. I'm hoping I can at least get a win against one of them. I mean, last season when we faced Liverpool at Anfield, we beat them 3-1, which shocked me. So, but let's see how we do. Well, look at this. Yes, so I forgot to mention, right before we came back for the Roma game, we did get interviewed by Lille for a job. Now, I wasn't too keen on it, but I thought that, because I do not want to go to a French club unless it's PSG, because it's like, it's almost impossible to win the league with the team that's not PSG, because of how PSG is run, and they can just buy as many players as they want, essentially. And so it's kind of hard to compete with that. And remember, I said the aim of this is to win a league title, and I feel like that would be difficult by being a team in France. It's not PSG, so I wasn't too keen on it, but I went to the interview anyway because Lille are a big-ish club, but they didn't want me anyway, so we move on. Increase the payroll budget. Anytime the budget gets increased, I'm down with that. Now let's continue to the Liverpool match. And here we are, everyone, for the Liverpool match. Pretty much it's the exact same team as the Roma game because Never is still injured, but Cotterill has come back into the reserves. So I've decided, because of how well John Evans is still playing there, I'm having him. He's kind of overtaken Cotterill's position in that deep line playmaker role. So, but the team for the match is Okonkwo, Huggins, Abomadelli, Happy, Nicolau, Evans, Hodge, Ekaveri, Fedorov, Aramburu, and Nathan Young-Coombs. It's weird because even though Aramburu hasn't really scored in the Prem, he's like one of my highest goal scorers still, so I feel like I still have to use him. Even though in the one game I started Benny Traore, he did get like 5 goals against Newcastle. But anyway, I just feel like there's more potential in just continuing with Aramburu than going back to Traore, even though I do really like Traore. He did sign a new contract earlier as well, so seems like we're gonna have Traore for the long haul anyway. Okay, so that's Kareem Konate. So Liverpool have him. Oh my... What? That was like a light push. How was that a red? You absolute cheat of a ref. Let me guess. The referee's Ashley Taylor, isn't it? That absolute cheat. Oh, now what am I going to do? We'll probably have to put Fedorov down and then Joel Cotterill? Joel Cotterill is probably the most defensively sound, so he's probably going to have to go right back. You absolute prat of a referee. That must be the harshest red card in history. He was just itching to pull it on us. Alright, come on, boys. Just don't... Oh, no. Now we've been tackled by Balotelli. What have you done? Oh, Okonkwo with the save. That damn referee just... He pretty much ruined this game. Any chance I had of winning this match is just out the window. There is no way I can beat a Liverpool side while being a man down. Alright, we got Nathan Young-Coombs. Just passed it to Joel Cotterill. To Evans, who mistimed it, but we got it back with Huggins. Yep, just... See... We would have been able to create a great passage of play there if we had 11 men. But we have 10 men, so it left us a man short. And they've scored. I mean, and now we've dropped down to 8th. We are now officially out of a European spot. Honestly, that's ridiculous. We were literally only in that spot for one match. Oh, wow. Okonkwo with the double save. I'm trying to remember if I've ever beaten Liverpool in Football Manager with a man down. And honestly, I cannot think of a single time where I was a man down and we were able to get a victory somehow. I remember I've been able to get a draw with them a couple of times when I've been red carded, but never a win. Because that's just how good Liverpool is. Get the ball, Cotterill. Why would you do that? You should have just kept it and tried to play out from the back. Now Gakpo's got the ball. And yeah, that's it. It's over for us. There's no coming back from this. We haven't even had a shot yet. Oh my God! That was one of the worst own goals I have ever seen. What is this guy doing? He's match fixing, ref. Send him off. Let's make this an even contest. I'm glad it happened for us, but that had to be one of the worst own goals I've ever seen. Like, if that wasn't match fixing, I don't know what is. Alright, we got the ball, Vekaveri, who ends up immediately losing the ball. Offside, surely. Yeah. Man, if we somehow manage to claw this result from the edge of defeat, I wouldn't even know what to think. Like, they've hit the post again. The amount of close calls that we've had. Okay. Benny Traore is coming on. I guess now, Craig. Let's hope he doesn't cost us goals. I always get nervous when I have to bring on Niall Craig. Even though I don't like him, I know I have to use him because we don't really have any other options. Alright. Okay, so he's injured, so bring on Duran. I want to keep on Nathan Young Coombs, though. I'm actually going to switch it. You know what? Yeah, I will bring him on for Duran. Maybe we can get a cross header from him. I mean, look at this. We've had one shot and it wasn't even the goal because of the goal we scored. They're just having all the chances. That guy is so offside right now. Oh, another great save of Conquo. What a blinder of a match he's having. I'm going to demand more again. Let's hope we get another own goal from Hull. Let's show him that he's really a Leyton Orient fan in disguise. Oh no. Now Huggins is injured. And I have no more subs. John Duran's going to have to go left back. We're 2 men down. What is going on? Why do you forsake me, gods? Are you kidding me? Alright, guys. Who wants to go goalkeeper? Oh my god. Okay. How the hell do I fix this? I don't even know what to do here. Who's a tall person? 5'8", 5'11", 6 foot, 6 foot, 6'1", 6'3", 6'5". I think it's gonna have to be Happy. Alright, so Happy's gonna go in goal. Hodge is gonna go. Alright. Nathan Young Coombs, you're gonna have to go defensive midfield. And Benny Traore is gonna. You know what? Everyone. Well, actually, no, that's probably not. Yeah. So I'll probably have Benny Traore. There we go. As like Malone striker, everyone else just defend. So we are 3 men down, boys. 3. I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch this. The absolute battering that's about to occur. If we manage to like not concede, then it'll be a miracle in itself. Oh, Happy! No! No, Happy! Why? If that was a conqueror, he would have saved it. What is it? So it's 11 against 8? And again, another corner. Oh, young Coombs. Oh, Happy with a save. Happy doesn't even know what to do. Now they got the ball again. Oh, young Coombs. Oh, young Coombs is coming up with saves and tackles and blocks. Oh, offside ref, please. Mamadou Sonko? That's not Sacco in disguise, is it? And it is offside. Oh my God, boys. Please. I will accept a 3-1 defeat. With how this match has just turned infinitely. Oh, it's hit the post. We've kept them out. Everyone, just give my boys a round of applause. Look at the amount of effort. Yes, we did concede once, but the effort. We could have, in that 10 minutes, we could have conceded like 6 goals. The fact we only conceded 1, brilliant. I mean, look at the XG. The XG should have been like, they should have at least had 5 goals. We've kept them to 3. I honestly can't believe this. Now I'm scared. Because Okonkwo is like a really good goalkeeper. I think with him out, I'd be concerned about my matches from here on out. Oh God. He's dislocated his shoulder. I mean, can't he just pop it back in and he's good to go? Three months without my goalkeeper. Ouch. Well, Huggins is only... okay, so Huggins is good to go. This was not justified. I'm appealing this. That was ridiculous. It was like a light shove. Alright, let's just head to the Tottenham match, I guess. Excuse me? Aston Villa? But didn't they reject me before? Okay, I'll attend the interview. So they've already rejected me once. Oh yes, I'm glad you're giving me the opportunity again. What makes me suited? Been waiting for the right opportunity to step up to the big time, and I sincerely hope that, I'd say ask for a chance. Why have you only worked with a small selection of teams? I've shown loyalty to every club I managed, and I consider this a good thing. You've done some highly impressive work at club. Why do you want to move on? I want to take the next step in my career, and I wanted that to be here, especially with how I was treated in that last game. Media controversy? I've still managed to be successful despite that, which I think is the main thing to take away from the subject. Yes. We parted company. Can you offer assurance that we won't be in for a repeat of that? I would stay for the long term. I'm a strong motivator. I don't need any budgets. I'm happy with everything. Don't want to. Let's just agree with whatever they say. No, I'm good, thanks. Okay. Let's see if the Aston Villa job pans out. Oh my god. Guys, it's happening. I told you, Villa, you should have gone with us in the first place. Oh. So the interesting, hang on. So they are giving me better wages than my current job at Leighton Orient. However, Leighton Orient also they also want to keep me at the club. Should I hear them out? But in doing that, I would have to delay the Aston Villa job by a week. So the 4th to the 11th, which would mean I would have to do this game in the Brighton match. Hang on. Where are Aston Villa coming? Wow. They're in the relegation zone. Well, how are they doing in the Europa League? They don't call it the Europa League. They call it the Euro. I'll just do this. It's quicker. Here we go. Where are Aston Villa? Okay, so they've already qualified. I'm going to be honest. I've spent a long time at... Honestly, I've spent a long time at Leighton Orient. And I feel like... So, I know that... Okay, so... I know that, like, I've gotten Leighton Orient pretty well up. But... I feel like Aston Villa is, for me, I feel like is the team before the team where I win everything. So I feel like with Aston Villa, I can end up doing, because just a season ago, they came 6th. Now, I don't like the fact that they're not giving me any transfer budget. And also have a signed players to sell for profit. Okay, guys. Okay, so I've literally spent 5 minutes thinking about this decision. Like, I literally just stood there and I just sat there in silence for about 5 minutes thinking. Now, normally I would want to hear what Leighton Orient would want to offer me. However, I've been at Leighton Orient for a very long time. And I'm not saying I'm stagnating at Leighton Orient, but I just feel like I want to move on and get a brand new challenge. And since the salary is higher, I'm okay with accepting the Aston Villa challenge, the Aston Villa job. Even though they are coming like almost last, I feel like, to me, it does still feel like a step up. Because Aston Villa are usually like one of the better sides. And they are still in the Europa League. If I win that, I could get them into the Champions League. And like, look at their stadium, which is 42,000. Compared to our stadium, which is 17,000. So I'm going to accept it. Although I will try to negotiate it a bit higher. I want 45,000. And they've accepted. Man, if I knew that they were going to accept that, I could have maybe tried it for 50,000. But I am going to accept the Aston Villa job. I do feel like it does get me a step in the right direction in terms of my managerial career. Well, everyone, it seems like we are the Aston Villa manager. In a move which is sure to spark plenty of heated debate, Mark Hinton has left Leyton Orient to join divisional rivals Aston Villa. Hinton lifted the Sky Bet Championship with Leyton Orient in 2028 and will now be afforded the chance to enhance his reputation by bringing success to his new club. Questions will be raised as to why Hinton made the decision to take up a different job within the same division, but he will face pressure to bring immediate success to Villa Park, given his former employers and previous standing. Fernando Diniz was considered to be favoured for the job, but it is unclear whether the club favoured Hinton all along. And if you remember, a year ago, I also wanted this job and they turned me down. Despite pre-season hopes of a top-half finish, Aston Villa now lost 3 in a row and find themselves in 18th place. So our immediate goal is to get them out of the relegation zone. And they also like to employ a 4-2-4, which is my style. Also, I do want to say another reason why I'm leaving, and this might sound effed up beyond belief, with the injury to Okonkwo, I knew immediately that we're probably going to start falling down the league because I don't have a backup goalkeeper. And so I can just let the next manager worry about that while I kind of leave Leyton Orient on a high note before they start just tumbling down the league. So they still have Diaby, which is pretty good, and Kamara's still there. Konsa, Pau, Torres. Alright, we're probably going to have to look at this team more in depth. Season expectations, yeah, I'm good with avoiding relegation. Yeah, I'll probably do the tactics after. I just want to look at the team. Jacob Ramsey. So we have a pretty good side. So Diaby and Kamara are in their 30s. Lejeune seems to be a wonder kid goalkeeper. So that's pretty good. And they have a lot of youngsters. This guy's on loan for some reason. But he joins permanently. Interesting. Let's see. Do they have any youngsters to look at? They got Mark Vaughan. And no one else really stands out to me. But they seem to have a pretty good initial squad. They have this Christian Bar who seems to be pretty good as well. Alright, everyone. So I'm probably going to... Yes, I'm probably just gonna come back for the... Yes, I'm probably just gonna end the video here, since I didn't expect the Aston Villa job to come out of nowhere and me to get it. I'm probably just gonna skip a few of these games and then come back for the Blackburn match. The Blackburn FA Cup match. And we'll see how... Ooh, actually no. I take it back. Because it is only Blackburn. I'm actually going to skip... I'm going to skip all of January and come back for Leyton Orient. Because I think by then it'll give me a good enough time to kind of rectify what's gone wrong at Blackburn. We've already qualified for the Europa League, kind of like the knockout stages, so we don't really need to worry about the Europa League. And we're only facing Blackburn in the FA Cup, so I'll probably come back, skip all of that. It'll give us time to rewrite and steer the ship, and we'll come back for the Leyton Orient game against our old club, and we'll see how that goes. So thanks again for watching, guys. Have more parts out soon. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. Have more parts out soon, and see you guys.